No, and you definitely, I think, if you're playing into them, need to start worrying about maybe banning away Elwyn's favorite characters, because Elwyn is so good and it's difficult to get rid of a support, but if you can get to the second cycle without an Innat or a Bolden being locked in, it would be a good choice.
Nekroth, Elsu, Sephira, and Florentino being banned away, which leaves the Varus immediately open, a huge favorite over in the Latin American region.
Yeah, and that plays right into our matchup, Padaria versus Lycan here, and Padaria getting one of his favorite heroes here, Varus. Liliana being hovered over, and Thane!
Oh, GeO locks the Thane.
Now, I did say it. I love Elwyn's Thane. I think it's absolutely incredible lock-in for the character.
Yeah, we saw Thane having a lot of success in other regions here. So that Thane meta is coming cross-region over to Latin America, which can be really exciting to watch.
Well, it's always been a pretty major part of Elwyn's kit, because he likes being that tanky frontline in the middle of the fight. So while it's seeing play in the Asian regions, I like to think that GeO are running it for their own reasons, because they have a specialist.
And look at what INTZ is pulling out now. It seems to be a Mina hover, as well as a very early show of the hand in the Natalia. Liliana obviously picked up for GeO, so they don't have to worry about anything on that. But they lock it in, gentlemen. Mina and Natalia for INTZ.
Interesting. That would seem like a crazy overconfident pick normally, but that's a really powerful duo, particularly if you want to shut down a beefy, tanky character like Thane.
But it also creates opportunities for GeO Esports to draft a composition that can get onto the backline of that Natalia, especially with having it picked in the first phase. That could potentially reduce options. Superman, though, picked up for GeO Esports, so that gets into the hands of Lycan, a character that he's all too fond of.
Yeah, that Lycan matchup versus Padaria's Varus is going to be super interesting here. I mean, the Varus has so much sustain though, so Superman is going to have to just focus on clearing the wave, because that's what he's good at. He can clear the wave and then potentially rotate or keep Padaria busy by basically putting a lot of wave pressure so he can't rotate.
Do you not prefer the Superman in the first early levels against the Varus? Until he's pre-level 4? Before
Yeah, he just doesn't need to fight her. Don't fight her, just clear wave and make sure that she cannot rotate to gank.
I do think, though, Varus-Mina is such a good duo to protect the Natalia. I legitimately don't know what other character you could want in that setup. I think the Natalia will be fine, even against heavy assassin dive. GeO need to have requisite scale. They need to have their own scaling damage.
Richter banned away by INTZ. Joker banned away by GeO Esports. So GeO Esports trying to make sure that they still limit the options of that side lane AD carry. Talanis, remember, and Lindis are still both available, and both of these teams are still in need of a jungler.
Yeah, don't forget though, right? The junglers that they can pick on inside that worked really well. Kriknak, Zephyrs would be really solid here. Oh, they're going to ban it away. Yeah, they're smart here because they know how well White plays at. And if you have Zephyrs with Natalia and Mina, that's a very nasty combo. I'm just interested to see how Natalia is going to deal with Liliana as she gets to late game, because Liliana outranges Natalia, so that's going to be a very fun matchup to watch.
There's the Talanis ban, and immediately a rebuttal by GeO Esports to lock into Valheim on the side lane, which gives them an extra side lane power here. INTZ now with an opportunity for the 4-5.
Do you think they'll pick up Kriknak here potentially? You saw how well White Z played on that Kriknak, or are they going to go for... Because they can do a Kriknak and then a Morin or something, or like a bot lane ADC to potentially counter this Valheim here.
I think INTZ, if they try and pull out an assassin, it'll be on the side lane, because they have Padaria to do it. So I'd be more interested to see a brawler come through for them. Dragon lane and a ranged character in the jungle. And if I'd said that faster, I would look so smart right now.
It's great. They've got the Lindis now for an extra form of the damage, as well as another frontline fighter in the Scud to potentially create.
I don't like it though. I do not like Scud.
There are better heroes than Scud that can fill the role that I think they're trying to fill.
Well, kinda.
Wonder Woman in the bot side.
Wonder Woman and Malik are the two kind of obvious ones. You see Crash kind of putting that role as well.
They both do have terrible matchups versus the Valheim, though.
Yeah, Valheim is going to destroy that side lane.
Again, though I predicted it, all of the variations of this composition, to me, end badly for INTZ, because they're relying on not getting infinitely stunned.
Yeah, I mean, GeO is such a good team fighter, too, and Elwyn's going to lead the way. One thing, though, about Scud, though, TJ, I don't think they're going to build on Bruiser. They're going to build on, like, the bursty Omni Arms rank breaker Scud that we have seen before from previous seasons that just blow up their opponent. But he has to get on the back line. But knowing Elwin and his vision, he's not going to let that happen.
Final pick was the Rourke there for GeO Esports, them fitting themselves in with a specific jungler. Let's talk about the Rourke a little bit. How does that fit in the GeO Esports composition?
Yeah, I really love Rourke because his determination ultimate makes him immune to CC. So Mina and all the CC that you see on the side of INTZ, Rourke can literally just dive right through it and focus down the Lindis.
So a fortress set up for INTZ. They're relying on the Scud, the Mina, the Varus to hold a front line, Lindis and Talia to sit behind it and lay in the damage. GeO Esports are looking for team fights, and they're looking to get them over with fast. Superman, Thane, Valheim, all big CC characters with which they can lead out a fight, split up that fortress. The Rourke can dive through the gaps created and blow people up.
Yeah.
Compositions have been decided now with INTZ and GeO Esports, a very different setup than what we were expecting. However, it is an adaptation by both of these teams. As we are well aware, the Latin American region certainly breaks the boundaries of everything across the board, and the early pick by the Natalia, I think, is going to be a huge decision maker for INTZ. Because they have decided to go for something and showing their hands so early, they need to make sure to execute on this strategy to perfection.
Yes, it's going to be really important that they land the full Natalia combo with the Mina, but they don't just have the Mina. Normally you're Natalia, Mina, and that's it. But they also have the Varus with very long stuns, and that's going to create an opportunity for those lethal rays to come through as well. They have a big interception tool with the Scud. He has that micro stun on his charge, and then he has the follow through from his Wild Beast Fury, which is that big AoE knockback. There are a lot of tools to protect that Natalia.
Do you see concern, though, Suijay, with GeO Esports being able to get comfort picks? You've got Thane as well as Superman into players that certainly enjoy that, specifically with the Elwin and the Lycan. Does that not create a problem for INTZ?
Yeah, I think so, because they're gonna basically pick them out the range of Liliana and Valheim, and then let Elwin set up some plays to engage. So they have to be very careful. INTZ has to be very careful here about how GeO is going to dance around them.
Well, the battle for second place begins as INTZ and GeO Esports take the Antares battlefield for Game 1 of our first match in the region.
And we're already into it, and we're already seeing some poke. That'll be the Scud going up to top lane, Fusion up there, the Varus down to bot.
So Padera is going to be on the bot lane here, and he's going to face against Menji's Valheim. And look at Owen there, doing a really good job helping, making sure that he's there for his opponent in case Padera, you know, overextends in the lane.
Overstays their welcome. Elwin will be roaming the map, very different from what's going on with that Natalia-Mina combo. Mixer J always needs to be next to Medina, whereas Elwin can kind of go wherever.
Yeah, and that's what makes Elwin so great. He provides so much vision, so much information. The roaming support that moves along the river gives a lot of information so your team can then make better shot call decisions, which allow your team to make these rotation plays that we see a lot of great teams do.
I think GeO Esports are looking for a strong early game. And a lot of that comes from this Valheim down bottom. If they can win the early game, if they can get off to a good start, they may well have this game in the bag. If they fall behind, I don't see them returning to it.
Yeah, and look at this three-man rotation in river there. Oh, Elwin's gonna jump on him.
There's the early game. Deep dive in. Determination. Medino, he's gone. First blood to Myth.
Wow, what a nice engage by Myth there. That determination and doing the scatter shot, landing it all onto Medino. Even with the flicker, he didn't stand a chance of survival. And a bad time to die, TG, because look, the Dragon's gonna go over to GeO.
The Abyssal Dragon picked up, and GeO Esports do get the beginning of that strong early game I was just asking them for.
Yeah, and I love what INTZ did. INTZ actually set themselves up three-man in the jungle of GeO to make a play, but Elwin just came up, got the vision, Valiant charge in there, landed Avalanche Fury, and that set up the fight for them to get the kill.
And that's just what we were talking about literally moments before it. The vision creation of Elwin is insane.
Elwin, the vision creator. Oh, she just used her ult. Wait, no, she did. Oh, she did, yeah.
Lethal Rays spent from Medino just to try and burn down Elwin. It's never worth it because Elwin's got so much HP. He can always bounce back. It's so hard to kill a Thane as a single character.
Yeah, well, at least INTZ is putting some pressure. They're not giving up map control. They got the Spirit Sentinel, which will keep them somewhat in the game after losing that Abyssal Dragon. 500 gold and 1 death. Not too bad.
Not an impossible lead to come back from. Elwin taking the front line again. Myth will poke forward. Hasn't spent ult yet. Elwin's very low. He'll get burnt out. Good lethal raise. Smith dives in, but he's unable to connect with the backline. Mixer J will be hunted down. A glaive from Mengi finding the support trade.
I love what Padaria did there. He uses Flicker to disengage, but the way he engaged, he used all of the lifesteal. He took all of the damage, distracted them, ran away, and was able to set up to get the kill onto Elwin. That was an awesome play, and then that lucky auto attack from Valheim came out there from Munch to then secure the counter kill.
Fusion will have to play behind the tower up top, split from the rest of INTZ, who are gathered down towards mid. GeO Esports are doing a good job.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, INTZ is doing a good job. They're actually showing aggression against GeO. Normally, this is the team that's picking a fight. This is the team that's deciding when and how to fight. And look at that. INTZ is the team that is making those decisions for them, being actually a little more proactive in these engages.
But Jeff, they're losing the fights. And if INTZ keep trying to take the team fights and keep trying to lose them, GeO Esports will be all right with that.
Yeah, but you know, they're not that far behind Goat, so we'll see if they're able to potentially secure this dragon. They're all rotating down as 4.
And GeO Esports aren't interested in fighting INTZ for the dragon. They're trying to push top lane during this time. That's uncontested. They'll get the tower if they decide for it.
Yeah, and look at that, using the ultimate to secure that dragon a little quicker. It looks like the top tower is going to fall. Fusion might be in a little bit of trouble here. But look, the pathing. He takes a safer path.
Watch down bottom. Mengi in trouble as well. Myth will challenge Fusion down bottom. Mengi and Smith must fall back. Padaria dives far behind. The wave clear wasn't there. GeO Esports can't hold. INTZ get a tower for tower trade with the Abyssal also in their favor. That's good.
Yeah, that's very good for INTZ there. And I love what Padaria did. He's such a good front line. He zones them out. He knows how to play Varus Soul. This is why they are first picking Varus for Padaria here. Because yesterday, he showed how proficient he was with her. And today, he's doing the same thing.
He's using her so aggressively as almost a second tank. It's a really strong initiation.
Yeah, definitely a great initiation. And so much lifesteal keeps her in the fight. And you want the enemy opponent to focus you because you're going to get all this lifesteal from your Bloody Kiss passive.
Are you a fan of the Scud, though? Because that's not been working.
We'll see. It depends how Fusion's going to play. But Scud, if he flanks, he is very dangerous. And he's building not the bursty build that we normally have seen before. Actually, he might be. Yeah, Mantle Raw, Omni Arms, Rank Breaker. Yeah, he's going to build a very assassin-style Scud. And as long as he can get to the back line, it'll make a difference.
Elwin's now brawling Myth. That backline for GeO will go into the middle of this fight. The Wild Beast Fury does split it up, but Mixer J, he's so low. Lycan falls first. Mixer J survives. Padaria wants to get back in. They've got Smith. GeO Esports are in big trouble as Fusion separates Elwin from Myth. It's another kill over, and it's dominate the fight.
Oh my goodness, what just happened there? How did he run away with the sliver of his health? Mixer J, you are a god, my friend. You baited it all out and set up your team to then come in to get the kill.
This tower will go over as well. Padaria cleaning up wave lightning fast.
Yeah, that was just amazing what he did there. Again, Mixer J. Again, you talked about Elwin versus Mixer J.
Fusion does go down up top. GeO Esports can't keep a tower up at this rate.
Yeah, and GeO is fighting right back against him there. Notice these fighting engages. Both teams are just counter-engaging each other, fighting just as hard. But in the end, like you said, Elwin didn't really do much that fight, and Mixer J did a lot. So it comes down to how these supports are setting their team up for these successful engages.
Elwin now wants to keep an eye on this Abyssal that's being taken away from them. Padaria does have the lockdown with Whites. No chance for GeO to contest.
Yeah, and this is something that GeO, from a historic standpoint, they tend to struggle somewhat in the early game. Doesn't have the most clean, but where they come online is definitely the late game. They just come together as a team and are able to focus and team fight really well. So we'll see if that's going to come out here in order to save them, because INTZ right now, they're showing up. I mean, they're hungry to take this game off GeO.
Okay, but whenever GeO Esports fall behind, I get a little bit traumatized because there have been so many times that GeO Esports should be out of the game, and then they're not.
Yeah, and then, like you said, they come back, they just fight, and they win. They just win.
So how do you prevent that? Well, you don't do this. Padaria is caught out all alone. He'll go down. The 4-man squad of INTZ wants to find a trade elsewhere on the map, and they've got light. They've pulled in.
Wow.
He too is gone.
That Death Sith, that damage from Natalia, Mixer RJ making the plays here. Superman didn't even stand a chance.
That's going to be mid-pressure from Myth. He's trying to be able to take a tower just with his Rourke. He can't do it, but he does draw the INTZ team away from that high ground that we're considering threatening.
Yeah, and that's what I love. That's what good teams do. You notice they put pressure across the map in different areas. You then counter pressure where you are, so you then make them, you distract them to then focus and move across the map, because as you move across the map, you're wasting a lot of time, actually. You're not getting objectives, you're not farming. So very smart play by Myth.
There's that rank breaker coming through for Fusion. I'm still not sold on his potential as a burst damage assassin, but he's not been hurting the team.
Fidaria?
Maybe too far forward. Might be there for the stuns.
Oh, look at it. Mixer RJ so patient, waiting for the right moment. He's so sneaky. I love that. But one thing though, the Scud, once he gets on the arms, TJ, I think you have to take that back. Watch.
I want to be proven wrong. For now, Fusion like two-shot that tower.
Yeah.
He'll just bail after doing so. That's high ground's exposed for GeO in 2 lanes.
Yeah, that is the power of Scud there. You know, his anabolic rage, he can actually punch and then charge up his punch where it can actually do up to 2,000 damage with the right build, and he's definitely going to be going for that build there. So we have to watch him. But the weakness of this Scud build, not a lot of health. He can literally blow him up. So Fusion has to be very careful.
If he misses the Furious Charge, that short-range dash, it's just over.
It is.
Oh, this. Elwind's right into the middle of the fight, trying to stall things out. Myth's already at half HP. This could get very dangerous for GeO.
Yeah, look at this. Myth looking for a play. GeO's going to back off, play it safe, which is very smart here. But look at Fusion. He's split pushing really well and distracting GeO.
Stalling things out. GeO want to regroup, clear the wave in mid. They've got enough.
And look at the map control. Right now, INTZ is getting better map control than GeO. That is something that normally Elwin doesn't allow happen for his opponents.
Elwin, speaking of, is pulled in. He'll double down. Lycan's now joining him. They must stop this Darkslayer. That's why the whole team's there. Fidaria will brawl 1v2. Oh, they've got White. That's massive. 33 seconds. The Darkslayer solo. It will be picked up by GeO. A massive steal away. Lycan's got no HP. Fusion will get one, but he can't chase down Lycan. And that might be enough as they clear their waves and get the Darkslayer.
Wow, that was so disastrous, TJ. White, for some reason, INTZ was focused on the Abyssal Dragon, and you saw what Lycan did. He went in there and did so much AoE damage, took down half of the health, and they deleted Lindis from the map there, and that was over. They got additional kills, and now the tide had just turned for GeO, just like that, like we just talked about.
They've done it again. One late game team fight, and GeO Esports are back in the game.
I think, though, INTZ has done it for them.
Yeah, maybe. Elwin's maybe a little bit too far forward, but he's got so much HP as Thane that it's not really a big deal.
Oh, Mixer RJ getting a lot of damage here.
Oh, a lot of trouble actually. Fidaria full chasing. Manke doesn't feel safe, has to keep running. Elwin zoning them back. Might have brought his team a success, but it's a full retreat from GeO.
Yeah, they definitely have to. But Daria is so aggressive. They're going to now focus the Abyssal Dragon immediately here.
INTZ won that Abyssal. GeO Esports want to try and find a way in to contest it. They've got Smith nearby for the snipe steal if he can manage it, and he does! White gets it. Very close.
Yeah, this is clutch here. Lindis having that Dark Blessing is going to be huge when Myth is going to try to dive on her. But Myth's got to be very careful because there's so much protection on Natalia, the Scud. You saw how much damage the Scud did. If they bunch up and try to chase White's Lindis, Scud can do so much AoE damage. I mean, look at the Omniarm's Rank Breaker build. We have to watch for that as well.
The Scud, though, if he misses his Furious Charge, won't get much.
Yeah, that was a wasted, interesting Drake that they had. Maybe the timer was down, they had to just launch it. But one thing I'm noticing is Elwin is not landing very good King's Glory. I think that's absolutely critical because he's actually launching it or using it when they have full health.
One of the things Elwin uses that King's Glory for is not so much for the damage, but for the slow that it applies. So that may be why he's applying it to full team fights.
Oh, man. And Lycan, he's not having a big effect this game.
Fusion going in, actually making burned down, caught out early. That's already the Valheim gone. Elwin couldn't save him. Oh, in this tower, it's gone as well. Look at the damage Fusion does. The high ground's just gone in split lane. Pidaria's brawling 1v2. Smith will now rejoin the fight. Fusion just wants to tag the core. It's Elwin to try and stall it out. Good King's Glory. This time, they got White forcing the Dark Blessing. And Lycan just keeps going. He's got 2 more. Make it 3. There's only Vidinho and Fusion left. And they're both so low. Oh, Smith, you're chasing, but the blinding light's short.
That was such a crazy fight. The pull and main following immediately, and then Elwin turned that fight around. What a beautiful engage. Or was it again? But you saw his King Glory made a big difference this time. White actually took a tower damage in mid-tower. His Dark Blessing was then gone from Lycan's engage, and then Lycan was able to follow up and made a difference now on this Superman.
And just as we're talking up the Scud, look at how quickly Myth himself will be shredding these towers.
Yeah, this is a crazy back and forth, but I feel like INTZ had it in certain times, and they have to make sure White positions a little better because he is coming within range of Thane, and he should never be close to Thane.
GeO Esports are not exactly a tower control team, a slow tactical team. They are a really darn good team fight team.
Yeah, they
are.
are.
And we see that because they've lost the macro.
Yeah.
But every time INTZ go for a game-ending team fight, for some reason it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I love how Elwin and Lycan engage together. I mean, they're just comboing sequentially here with their CC and their abilities, and that's going to make a big difference. And that King's Glory was actually very good, well-timed King's Glory onto almost the entire INTZ team in the base. Ooh. Yeah, it's good, I'm telling you, man.
He has that tower.
He has things like gloves or something.
That was terrifying. He's also building Gaia standard, a little bit more HP available. Already got the damage. Fusion will want to poke that tower, but he's not doing anything too risky, not unless they have wave, which they won't for a while. Yeah,
one thing though, look at Padaria, you look at Fusion, they have so much gold. They're over, all three of them are over 10k gold. Fusion hitting 11k gold. He's going to build even more damage on this Scud. It's going to be a very interesting matchup. And you can see, Rourke barely has any defense. They can actually blow Myth up if he's not careful. Literally blow him up.
But so the shielding from Determination that functions like lifesteal, if he gets a good fight started, it's pretty tanky.
Yeah, so that's why it comes down to supports. Is the King's Glory to come at the right time, or is this Dark Dominion going to be able to counter and shut down Myth before he can activate his Determination?
5 seconds left on Darkslayer. He'll be up soon. CT wins, rather. We want thing to get it as soon as possible. That's why GeO Esports has started to push forward as well. White's just soloing it out.
Yeah, look at this. They're just dancing on each other. And White, yeah, he has the lifesteal. He's going to go ahead and potentially take his Darkslayer all by himself.
Oh, Myth almost goes down. Has to spend his ult just to stay alive. And that means there's no way back into this fight. GeO Esports have to retreat.
Yeah, and that is why they are playing Natalia. Those lethal death rays are literally lethal. He's got to be careful here.
Elwin, King's Glory just for the zone. He will surely not get out. The lethal rays are there. White has to kill. A deep dive from Mixer J. Doesn't work out. He'll get chunked down, but the tower itself falls first, and that's enough. Myth is just trying to clear wave in the meantime, leaving this final high ground up for grabs.
Yeah, Padaria has his ultimate. He also has a Blade of Infinity here, so he could go pretty hard.
Smith goes in. Nice zone back. The tower stands strong. Fusion tries to solo it out, and it is so low, but GeO Esports are in this game by a thread.
Yeah, this was insane here, the push. Look how low they are. They need to back off now, or else GeO could come back in the game.
Fusion! He doesn't get it! He does not get the tower! Fusion!
What are you doing?
You math man!
Decisions, my friend! Decisions in the late game. The most important time to make the right decision is the late game.
That might have just given GeO a massive opportunity. They have a 5v4 and an opportunity to get out of the base. The Abyssal Dragon's up. It's in range.
This is key. If you're in a team that's behind, or actually not even behind, they're even in goal right now, this Abyssal Dragon is the most important for a team fight team. That team fight buff is critical in this late game.
That's why Myth is focusing it. But like it's in trouble, he will be burned down. Now the re-engage. Smith for full damage. Riki shot will connect. It's low HP, but they can't get the damage. Myth needs to solo him out. He's got one. He almost has two. White's back. It is 2 kills. Medinho just needs to run. Somehow, Myth solos it out. Now, 1v2. Padaria comes in, and Myth is trying to bail. He'll rush away.
Wow.
He can win this fight so long as he manages to build the distance, and Fusion's there to make sure he doesn't.
Fusion's like, where are you going, Myth? Boom, blow him up. But Natalia Medinho was the key of that fight there. He got 2 kills, beautiful lethal death rays. The combos came out. This could be the game.
Elwin needs to hold for so long. 8 seconds on Lycan, 10 on Smith. He just needs wave clear. He'll go as far in as he can. King's Glory, now he's down. 0 seconds left, Lycan's back. but the super duper beefy minions are here, and Lycan's instantly intercepted. I don't think they have it. Not with Fusion working away on the core. They've got the wave clear, actually. Lycan, he just pushes the minions away. He just scoops them out. They don't need to kill him. That is gross.
TJ, I thought this game was over. I was getting ready.
You moved your laptop away.
I did move it away, but we're still in this game. This is insane, and a very smart play by INTZ here to take the Enraged Dragon. This is what they need to close off the game. But one thing here, they have the super minions on their side. All of the high ground towers are down. This is not looking good for GeO. They need to execute a perfect fight to win this game.
But God, if there's one team that could do exactly that, if there's one team that could do a perfect team fight, it would be GeO.
Yeah, it definitely would be GeO. But they have to figure out how to answer to this Natalia. I mean, Modino is just doing so much damage, literally melting anyone in his path. Look at his build. He's about to build another magic damage item here, potentially. He just sold his enchanted kicks. Let's see what item he's going to pick up.
Modino's gross, yes. So is Myth, I should note. A full 5-5 team fight will decide the game.
Yeah, come on. What's the item he needs? Natalia is very interesting here. No boots. Just sold it. Okay.
He doesn't need him. Elwin's pulled in, lethal raise. Oh, that's a massive ult blown though, for only the kill on Elwin. If Myth gets the trade off Fusion, it's all worth it. And he does. Smith in trouble though. They need the damage. They've got it. Lycan through the side. GeO Esports have the damage. White solo. Pandaria turns to a one-on-one, but it's Smith and Menke to save the game. Lycan's back. He can't do it. White solos down the core and narrowly did take game one.
Wow, what a game. The back and forth, all that action, such a joy to watch. Scud making an appearance on Fusion here, and Modino. This Natalia, oh my goodness. He showed her how powerful she can be, and that's why they picked